is Denise. I'm both a visual artist and a teacher of the fine arts. I'm here today to give a drawing lesson, but first I want to tell you that we are all heroes. We all have unique qualities that shine forth and make each of us special. And as we grow and learn about ourselves and our world, we adopt values that we think are important to uphold. Each of us is a little bit the same and yet a little bit different. And the world needs all those differences. Our art lesson today gives us an opportunity to explore ourselves as superheroes. We're going to start with a self-portrait. Let's begin. So we're going to do a superhero self-portrait. This is what I did. If you see, there is a drawing of the superhero in a costume, me, my other self, and I wrote a little something to go with it. It says, I am a superhero. My senses come alive when I can inspire a child. My X-ray vision can spot talent in everyone. I am an art teacher extraordinaire. That's what this one says. I also wanted to show you a couple other ideas. There's two others. This is also another one of my superheroes. It was sort of the same as that, except this time I'm not exactly human. I'm a brush holding a color wheel with a cape, because I can fly. And here, I am a superhero that protects nature. So those are some other ideas. I am a superhero art teacher. Who are you? What powers do you have? What superpowers would you like to have? Let's take an imagination break and close our eyes and think about it. Okay, break is over. Now that you have some ideas, begin writing them down. Do you have a name? What do they call you? What powers do you have? How can you use your powers to make the world a better place? What do you look like as a superhero? Write 3 to 5 sentences in a short story or a poem. Please be unique. Don't copy a superhero that's already done. There's so many ideas. What do they call you? What do you look like when you're in your power? These are just a couple ideas. Here's some more ideas. Here's kind of masks you could choose or make up your own. Here's some poses you could take, some costumes you could try, and some boots to match. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a figure with you. I'm going to draw step by step and draw a figure with you. But I want to say that it's really important to me that you use your own imagination and you can change how you do your figure. I'm going to do a human figure, similar proportions to a human figure. But you don't have to do a human figure. You could do an animal. Maybe your superhero looks like an animal. Maybe it looks like a creature that doesn't even exist. Maybe it's a brush like I used before. I used a brush to show my art teacher superhero. Okay? Maybe you want a human figure, but maybe you want short legs and really big, strong arms. That's okay. But maybe watch what I'm doing first so that if you want to change your mind and change it, you can. But give me a chance to show you how to draw a figure. Okay? We're going to begin. Okay, so draw a figure with me now, okay? So first I'm going to put a line. This is how I draw a figure. I should tell you that this is how I draw a figure. There's many ways to draw the human figure, and I tried to choose the simplest way. So I start by putting a line down the middle of my page. You should draw lightly I'm going to draw dark so that you can see my lines. So I did this line, and that's going to be down the middle of our person. So this is what we're going to actually do. The line is going to be down the middle. You should draw light. First thing I'm going to do is divide it in half, but only with a little line like that. And then I'm going to divide it, I'm going to put the top of the head maybe up there, and the bottom here. I'm making 2 equal spaces, and then I'm going to divide those in half. Now I could have measured. I am what you can call eyeballing right now, and that is why it might be better to measure. Here, I'll go down a little further. It's no big deal. So now I have 4 spaces to draw my figure. I would like you to do this. It's your turn, okay? Okay, now we're back. We're going to draw the figure without the costume right now. We're just going to draw the figure. And I'm going to start by putting a round or oval circle-ish shape there. That could be for the head. And then I'll put a neck on. I'll put some shoulders. I'll put the waist here. I'll give this person sort of like a chest there. See how I'm just blocking it in right now? I think I'm going to make my superhero with the arms on the hips. So I'm going to get my arms sort of started. I'm not going to finish. I'm just kind of blocking it in. Okay, the hips. I think I better do the hips. I'm just going to put this in for the hips right now. I'm going to put one leg come out like that. One leg come out like that. There's going to be knees there. I'm going to keep that leg coming out. Whoa. Okay. That arm got a little too big for the body, so I'm making the arm a little smaller. These things happen as you draw the human shape because it takes a while before you figure it all out. You know, it takes a lot of drawing. So don't be discouraged, just do your best. You can simplify things. There, I got my human shape sort of on there, right? And some feet. I'm going to make it easy to do the feet. I'm just going to kind of, whoops. Didn't you ever notice how it's sometimes hard to do the very same thing on the other side once you've done it on the one side? Yeah, that's kind of just the way it is. You kind of get better at it. Sometimes you have to struggle with it a little bit, but there we go. So I've got my person blocked in, and now I hope you're following. Even if you're just watching, you can learn a lot by watching. Because you might be holding out, waiting. I don't know if that's what I want my superhero to look like, right? I'm going to put some hands there, kind of like that, like the... Okay, so I've got my figure blocked in. I think I want thicker legs. I'm going to put a little bit thicker legs there. Yeah, that's better. Okay. The head looks sort of about the right size. I might just make it a little bigger in the top. I think that's better. You don't need any of these lines anymore. If you're following along and drawing, you can do what I'm doing and erase your guidelines because you don't need them after a while. I don't need the knees there in either, or there, or this one. This arm looks different, doesn't it? I think I'll just make this arm a little smaller. Try and make them the same. There. Okay. For my superhero, now see, I made this one the same, the proportions of the human. You could have really short legs. You could have really big arms that go like this, like with muscles in them. And like I said, you could have an animal or anything for your superhero. Your superhero could look like a cloud of stars that kind of moves around like a hurricane. But mine looks like a human. So I'm going to think about a mask now. And I might want ears. And I might want the mask to cover the eyes, but not the nose. So I might put it up like that. There. And put the eyes in there. Neck. Oh, I want ears. Now costume. I think I'll have a bodysuit, but I'll have a long-armed bodysuit. But I want a really big belt. Maybe that big, I don't know. And I want the belt to have a star on it. I want the mask to have a littler star. Okay. And I want really high boots. So this is fun. Okay, check out how to draw the boots. Okay, this is going to be a bodysuit, so that can just stay like this. But the boots, if you'll notice, it's kind of like a ring. So you have room to put your leg in, right? You actually show that and give it some room. There we go. Doesn't that look kind of realistic? And you can draw gloves the same way. Now I'm gonna get rid of some of that extra lines just right now so you know why I get rid of the extra lines as I go? So that I can see proportions and stuff. And I think those feet are kind of small. Maybe I'll just make them a little bigger. Okay, I've got boots. The hands look really tiny, but that's because I want them bent. First of all, I'm gonna bend them a little more like this. As if they're bent in fists. And the fingers are sticking out. Oh, that didn't work. I was trying to do it, that backwards thing again. There. I'm going to make the neck a little bigger, the neckline on the bodysuit. And I think, I kind of like this. Maybe I'll make this a design. I could add different colors in that. And you know, I could also have that same design around the boot too, if I wanted. Kind of like that, so I'm going for it. You know, I never knew I would do this exact design. It's just sometimes things come to you. Now this looks like it's a boy right now. But if I wanted it to be a girl, I could just put in a whole bunch of hair Ooh. That doesn't really look like a hair, does it? Especially with that line going right there. Well, I'll just adjust that. I'll take the hair out and leave it a boy, because I actually wanted to show you how to do a cape. So let's put a cape on. Here's a cape. Put the cape down like so. You can put folds in for the cape. And you could have, well, you could put anything you want there. Anyway, I think I've kind of got what I wanted for my superhero. I didn't even tell you who this is. I didn't even think about that when I made the superhero. I just thought that I would make a superhero to show you how to draw the figure. But I think it's coming to me now that this is kind of a superhero that helps animals. And I think he needs a tail. And he's there to protect all animals from cruelty. Yeah, I like that. Maybe he should have fur. Well, I think I'll leave him the way he is. Maybe I'll make his eyes a little different. Oh, I like that better. Okay, that's my superhero. And we're not done, but I want to give you some time to draw your superhero before I do the next step. So it's your turn now. Okay, hopefully now you have your superhero drawn. You know the name of your superhero. And you know your powers. You as a superhero. So I've drawn the lines. I know which ones I want to keep. I'm now going to go over them with a Sharpie. You don't have to do this, but I like to do this. And then I erase my pencil lines. So I go over very carefully. It took all this time to draw, so I'm going to be very careful. I don't want to mess it up. Now I have a thick Sharpie. This is actually called a fine point, but I have an ultra fine point for tiny details, like the eyes. I'm going a little faster, maybe, than you might want to go. Now the cape. I'm not sure if I'm going to color it in. Color always makes things more exciting, but sometimes you don't want to use color, and sometimes it's really nice in black and white. There, all done in Sharpie. And one of the reasons I like to do Sharpie is because I've restated a lot of pencil lines and they look a little messy. So if I draw light like I asked you to draw, I suggested you draw light because then you can erase easy. And I drew heavy so you could see it better, so it's a little harder to erase for me. But you also have to be very careful when you erase the pencil lines so you don't crumple your paper. I also use this brush to get rid of my eraser schmutzies. And there it is, my drawing all done, except for my signature. That's what makes it art. So, I'm going to write my poem around here, and I'm going to color it later. I can use pencil crayons to color. I could use watercolors, because I did this on watercolor paper. I could also use markers. I color in my superhero however I want or not, and then I'm finished, and I write the poem around here. I'm going to show you. This is my new one, which is not finished, but here is my other one that's finished. I am a superhero. My senses come alive when I can inspire a child. My X-ray vision can spot talent in anyone. I am an art teacher extraordinaire. Okay, we're done with that lesson for today. And if you're not done, please take your time and do a really good job. I'll see you next time.